Welcome back, everyone, to the Disciplined Degens podcast. I'm your host, Matty Betts. I'm here with Trevor and Gino, and today is day 2 of giving out picks every single day. And yesterday, we hit 3-0 on our picks. Shout out to both Trevor and Gino, because I didn't give out any plays yesterday, but I am going to bring you guys some UFC today. So, boys, how we feeling today after that fire from yesterday?
I mean, 4 units on 3 bets almost is if you're not happy with that, I got nothing else for you. That's all the bullets I got.
That's as good as we're gonna get. I hate to say it, but That's as good as it gets.
Yep. So can't complain on those days. Gotta enjoy those days when they come.
Absolutely. Let's keep the momentum going. Trevor, I'm gonna get started with you. What you got for us today?
So when we went through today, I was able to find another split market on NHL. So in our private area, I filled the guys in. The market for NHL props opens up around 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. A couple times a week, I'll drag my butt out of bed early and get it because there's some crazy value on some of the books, right? They're coming out. There's not as much bet on NHL compared to NFL, and there's room to get it. So sometimes you can find, it's not every day, you can find split markets. And the split market is where we're able to go in and we're getting different prices on different markets. So you'll see scrolling across the bottom if you're watching the stream, we got Brayden Scheen today, over 1.5 shots on goal. And the big man, Jake from Pittsburgh, over 2.5. Now, both of those guys on every other book had a 3.5 shot on goal and a 2.5 shot on goal. So anytime we could take those higher odds, get them reduced down like we did yesterday to a 132, and we're getting plus odds on it, we're taking that in our advantage when we find books that are off market and they haven't adjusted yet. So that's where something we want to take advantage of. And then NHL today in our private area, we have a ton of plays. There was a ton of value. And one of the things you have to watch for too, where the advantage in props is not just that, is having models that work. And so I've been really working hard behind the scenes on my NHL model, and we want it to be able to tell us different things. Just because the market's off or the money's off, I'm also checking it with where my model says it's going to be. So there's times we take advantage and there are times we step back. So that's definitely something we're looking for. I also got a few college basketball plays up today, some value we found. And, you're Mr. Data, posting all our data every day. So when we get over to you, I want to talk to you about the Georgia-Alabama game. I got an interesting question to help educate the folks on that. So how are you looking today, Gino?
You just threw them up there, my dude. Those are my 2 plays that I feel the best about. I was throttling back and forth. In DD, we gave out 4 1-unit plays, 5 half units in just NCAA basketball. And then NHL, I did 2 1-units and 2 half units. And these are 2 of the 1-unit plays. Vatek minus 5.5. And I went back and forth on the 2 1-units, but I decided to give out the Rangers Calgary over 6.5.
What do you like on the Rangers Calgary play?
Yeah, honestly, it was just money movement. I actually watched – this is going to sound the opposite of what I usually look for. So this is actually more money came in on the under in this game, and Vegas stuck the line. So I saw more money and more tickets, and the line stuck, and I saw it stuck. It's almost like the opposite of Steam. I saw it stuck everywhere. So the logic there is that Vegas is exposed on this under, but they're very comfortable. None of the places dipped it to 6. So that's where, for me, I try and be a value better. One, if my model gives out plays like, it should have been 7, should have been 8. That's not the case in this. This is just simply I'm in bed with Vegas.
I love being in bed with those guys. That's definitely something we're looking at on my college basketball stuff. On the prop side, I'm trying to look at both because we can't get rid of Steam yet. They don't give us the data yet to say, hey, this much money is on this prop. So we're really having to model it. But I'll take a look at, what we're looking for like no house advantage, prize picks, and those kind of things is we know if we get the plays down over 119 to 137, right? So if I can get the plays at minus 150, 160, 170, that's not stuff I want to bet straight, but I'll take it and use it in those situations to get a play on them.
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked that question, Trev, so thank you, because yesterday was the exact opposite. Quinn, even though it won, and I like bragging when I won, I got plus 130. It was that rare 1 out of 5 that I actually did not have closing line value. The opposite. It tipped off around 140, 145 on Bet Openly, probably 135 on books. But the algo said that they had, I think it was a 45% chance of winning. So if that was just a simple EV positive play, if they lose 55 at minus 100, but they win 45 at plus 130, I'm stacking ROI. And I got nervous because I was like, damn, this is one of the plays that – but again, I think Vegas is up to fishy stuff because I have no idea why that line moved the way it is. That was my play of the day. And it's not common for my play of the day to lose 15 points of value. And, I mean, it still won, but still that was – I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the show a little bit on how they're really trying to get you to get to that middle point, because that's where they're making all their money.
100%. You know what I read too? I wanted to ask you guys this, Maddie. Someone said that DraftKings lost 1.5 million 2 years ago and 1.9 last year. And does anyone know if that's the business lost that, like because they're hiring so many people, advertising and user acquisition? Or if like their book actually lost money, because I have a feeling it's the former, that the business lost, but it's a SaaS company and those companies grow at all cost.
Yeah, I was asking some buddies that are pretty connected with them that very question because I'm looking at the math going, it can't be there. I also think part of that is coming from the DFS side, right? Mm-hmm. Not just the betting side. And you can see their push towards really wanting to you can feel it more at FanDuel than you do at DraftKings right now. FanDuel's daily fantasy product is arguably the worst on the market now. It is absolutely terrible because they're not putting anything towards it. They want all that money going towards their Maddie's back. They want all that money going towards their book because that's where they're making all their money. But it's also, I think for them, I also think a couple guys have told me that work over there, they're looking at almost like a loss leader at this point, right? They're using it to funnel them in, but I don't see how the book itself is losing money. You can look at Colorado's public numbers. There's no way they are.
That's what I was saying. I figured it was the company, but they have justification for it with the stocks they sold off and their growth rate. So then it's kind of irrelevant. I work with a lot of tech companies that couldn't care less about turning a profit as long as their growth hits X, Y, Z.
Yeah, if you look at Underdog on that right now, I think they're the ones. They're on the big come up on because of the best ball and all that stuff side. And if you look at what their valuations are, I've done the math. The math doesn't make sense, right? But that's how SaaS works. That you're an expert in that field. But you look at their valuation, and it's because of all the content. And if you look already, normally we had a break during the NFL offseason for drafting and all that, and best balls changed the game. And there's all this best ball going now, and there's already drafts going for this coming year, right? Like there's already NFL season-long props out. Like they're just keeping that market going year round now. So now it's our job to figure out how to take advantage of it.
And take advantage of it, we will, my dudes. Appreciate the plays today. I love these short sessions. Come in. Feed.
I got 2 plays, bro. Don't forget about me,
dude.
bro.
My bad, Maddie. I thought we lost.
Yeah. No, Maddie got back. We got a little love in the UFC tonight.
I'll shut up.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get these plays off while I have service. So up first, Jim Miller. He's a dog today at about plus 180. I like him in a second or third round finish. Now, here's what I'll say. I went to a UFC event last year in Vegas. I was at Circa. I put in a degenerate parlay. It was a 2-leg parlay with a plus 700 and a plus 300. The plus 700 hit. The second leg was Jim Miller to knock out Cowboy Cerrone. I'll never forget this moment. The parlay would have paid $20,000. He submitted him instead of knocked him out. I'm not going to make the same mistake today. I'm taking Jim Miller to get a second round or a third round finish. So it can be sub or knockout. Love the odds on this. 11-1 on the second round finish, 19-1 on the third round finish. And then I'm also going to give you guys a significant strike play. I have under 35.5 significant strikes for William Knight today. 21 significant strikes in his last 2 fights. This dude squats 550 pounds. He's an animal. He's either putting you to sleep or he's gassing out, and he's just not a volume striker. So I think I tend to lean that he's going to get an early finish in this fight. But I like the fact that even if he doesn't get that early finish and the fight goes the distance over 3 rounds, I could still win that under. So you can pair that with any other props that you guys like in DFS today and any other sports or in UFC. But that's definitely one of my favorite DFS play of the day is under 35.5 William Knight. And then Jim Miller, round 2 finish or round 3 finish.
Sweet. I like it.
All right, boys, let's see how we do. So what is it, 2 picks each? So we got 6-0 coming?
6-0 coming up.
Yeah, let's go.
To be clear, I have to go. To be clear, I have to go 1 of 2 on the Jim Miller bet because I can't win both. But it's a huge payout, so
I was going to say
1-0 if it hits.
what we'll track is units paid back. Record means nothing to all 3 of us. It's all about units.
Zero. Zero.
Yeah,
exactly.
I want to make money. That's all I care about.
Exactly.
Cool.
I'm excited.
All right, boys.
Later.
Have a good Saturday.
Cheers, everyone.
See ya.
See ya.